We're live. We're there. There it is. He's waving.
Yeah, Mr. Chips. As it goes. Well, we'll do a podcast, shall we?
I guess we could do some sort of podcast.
Sort of a podcast.
Now that I've changed my, I don't know, whatever I've changed here. Trying some settings. Whatever, innit? Right. Yeah. I'm recording. Yeah, I'm doing that as well. I'm just doing it all. I've got it all
Let's
down.
go.
Go. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to the JfG podcast. This is episode 264. My name's Alex, and I'm joined, as ever, by my good friend Ash. Hey, buddy. How's it going there? You all right?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, as always. Feeling good on a Wednesday, your sparkling thoughts. Give me the hope to go on. And yes, it's been 2 weeks because we had nothing to talk about last week.
Well,
And
there's not really been a lot going on.
We're going to struggle again this week. But hey,
yeah, I mean,
let's do it. I'm growing a beard.
Oh, very nice.
Like 2 weeks I haven't had a shave. So, well, I had a little trim. You know, under the neck, a little bit, tidy up.
Oh, you got to, haven't you?
Get some of the whiskers away. But yeah, that's on the go now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've still got whatever's going on here.
He's got his face going on right now.
There's something going on here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He's got his face.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's lockdown eve, of course, buddy. Lockdown 2.0 eve.
I don't know about you, but there's a lot of fireworks going off around me.
Yeah, well, people have got to get them in, haven't they? Because
got to get those fireworks in. You know,
gonna need those fireworks. Otherwise, people with animals can't complain about it. So,
that's true.
You know, they're going to want to be able to complain. This is England after all. So, yeah, there we are. Yeah, there's not a lot going on other than like the world ending. But from a gamer's point of view, everyone's just kind of strapped in, ready for the next gen, or at least some people are. I'd suggest that the games publishers aren't, but you know, the consoles are coming out soon, and as such, it's been a little bit quiet on the news front for the last few weeks. And I haven't played very much, but I've got some stuff to talk about, buddy. But I think I should let you go first, really. However...
Oh, hello.
Before we talk about video games, I do have an important question for you, of course, and that is, what are you drinking this evening, buddy?
Well, this evening, it looks like I'm drinking Oakham Ale Inferno, but it's not. That's just a vessel that contains my Citra homebrew that I made a few weeks ago. Yeah, it's in the tasting stages now. I think it's been bottled for about a week and a half or something. Should really be leaving it a little bit longer, but you know, when in Rome.
You're fucking right, buddy. Absolutely. I had some of friend of the podcast PJ's homebrews the other week. A couple of cheeky ones that the Funk sent my way. And they were very tasty indeed. Special cheeky wheat beer there that I was a bit of a fan of.
Ooh. Yeah, that's what I'm on this evening, buddy, and will be for the next few weeks because I've got like 45 bottles.
He's batched it. He's ready to go.
Sitting there, ready. Yeah. Gonna get another brew on maybe this weekend or next. You know, keep the stock up. Really.
Very nice.
That's what I've got to do. What about you, buddy? What are you drinking?
I'm on the Shipyard, which has become my session beer. Yeah, lovely American pale, Portland, Maine, except actually probably like Newcastle or something. But you know, Wolverhampton. There you go. But yeah, it's a nice beer. It's been my session beer. I did have some classier beers. The Sierra Nevada, like hazy Janey one, and then the pale ale one, the California IPA. But I drank those in celebration of finally getting our flat purchase across the line earlier in the week. Woo!
Nicely done, buddy.
So, yeah, I'm moving in 2 weeks' time, which is exciting. I'm only moving over
allowed
there,
to?
points out of window to a building opposite.
Is that allowed in this time of pandemics?
Well, as I understand it, I'll officially live there on that day. So I'll just be going home. You know,
nice.
I'm not seeing anyone else, but
there you go.
My address will change. So Whether it's allowed or not, try and fucking stop me is probably the other thing.
That's the one, really.
But,
Yeah, you want to go for.
but yeah, I
I'm
think it's
fucking
probably
doing it.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a little while to wait. We've packed up a lot of stuff already, but yeah, I've been like.
Most importantly, buddy, have you sorted out your internet over there?
I can't, because the woman that we're buying the house off of is a retard. She doesn't even think she has a phone line, which confused the hell out of us until she said, but I could probably plug a phone in where the internet comes in. And we were like, for fuck's sake, you tard.
Well played. Yeah.
So yeah, she's completely incapable of doing basic things. So I'm going to have to go in there on the day we move in, plug a phone in, find out the number, and see how long it's going to take. There's not much I can do about it. Having said that, we've got this place for 2.5 weeks after we get that place.
So you can come back and have game night.
Exactly. I can have game night. Right, okay. I'll probably just set up my old 1080 Toshiba, sit on the floor, and play some games. Nice. Or, you know, if I get very lucky, then she's got Sky in there, in which case it should just be really quick, because it's neither of us have fiber, so she's either got, you know, Sky BT or fucking Plus Net or something in there.
Oh, a nice bit of Plus Net. Yeah,
really shouldn't take very long. It's not like some stupid new installation or whatever.
No, exactly. No.
Can't get the number in advance, so I'm just gonna have to hope.
Did I tell you about all the palaver I had when I changed my internet from Virgin to Virgin?
Yes, you did.
And oh my god, it was just a nightmare. I ended up having like 3 super hubs sent to my house. I was like, I don't need these. I've got one. Why aren't you sending me another one? That one doesn't get activated for like 3 days, so we're gonna send you another one which you can use, and then you can send us that back. I'm like, just.
They really are a fucking terrible company, Virgin Media.
Have I told you about this one? This was a good one. Bit of a scam going on. Heads up. Watch out. Beadle's about. And I haven't had a phone plugged in this house for 2 years, like a home phone line, which has been fine, because who needs one this day and age, really?
No cunt.
No cunt, yeah. But obviously, the package I got, it comes with, you know, you can have a phone. Like, they've always, I mean, I had that before, but I just never bothered. And I found out that you can plug the phone directly into the router of the Super Hub 3 or whatever it is now. Because I think I had an issue with my phone port or something. By the end of it, I didn't care enough to figure out what was wrong with the home phone line. But I was like, okay, well, I'll try this now. So we got like a new cordless phone, on the cordless phone, buddy. I don't know if you've heard of these. Yeah, I know, right? Okay,
this is a thing.
It's it's pretty amazing. It has an answer phone as well. I don't even have to be there, right? So obviously I've had this plugged in, and I get this phone call from Indian fella. He says, "Hi, it's Virgin. We can see that you've got some issues with your Virgin line." I'm like, "Oh yeah, have I told you this story? I don't know if I have."
You've told me, not on the podcast.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll continue. And he's like, if you can you tell me what lights are showing up? I'm like, okay, yeah. So I've got like some green lights and a white bar. He's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. But are you experiencing issues? I'm like, yeah. You know, slows down every now and again, like going along with the conversation. He's like, right, I'm going to have to, I'm just going to pass you on to my superior now, and he can talk you through the steps to rectify this. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Nice. Yeah, please do. At this point, they haven't asked for any details. So that was my first thing, thinking, probably not Virgin. And also, you know, these guys sound really dodgy. So it's probably not, but you know, it could be at this point. I don't know. So I'm like, senior supervisor comes on the line.
Oh,
hello, Mr. Wang or something. He said. I was like, yeah, that's me. Have you got access to a computer or a laptop? And I'm like, yeah, I'm at my computer right now. It's like, yeah, okay. What I need you to do is to hit the Windows key and R. I'm like, run. He's like, yes, 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 run, yes. I'm like, oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
Here we go. Okay. And then just put in this stuff that brings up all fucking. I think it's like Windows services, and he's like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I've got that up, right? And he's like, you see all those red dots? I'm like, oh, I see those red dots. He's like, yeah, they're bad.
oh no,
They're really bad, and that's the
no,
problem. I'm like,
oh,
how do I get rid of these
nightmare.
red dots?
Well, hopefully he can help you.
Well, he's luckily supervisor senior is there to help me. By this point, I knew. I'd say I was 100% sure that this was a scam. I'm like, okay, yeah, I've never had to do this with Virgin before. I've been with them for like, I don't know, 20 years or something. But okay, yeah. Tell me how I can fix this. And he goes,
Almighty one.
Yeah, savior of the internet. He goes into all these details of what I have to do. I'm like, oh yeah. He's like, have you done that? I'm like, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, definitely done that. Not getting the sarcasm at all. Pissing myself inside. And then he's like, oh, now you need to go to this web address. I'm like, oh no, my internet's gone out. He's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, no, I can't. No, it says there's no internet. What?
Oh no.
Anyway, at this point, I'm like, I think you're trying to scam me here. He's like, oh no. What's going on? He's like, let me pass you to my super supervisor to verify. To verify that this is a thing. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, you do that. As he puts on like the whatever music, I just hang up.
Man, that's quick draw from them though. That they just plug a phone in and there they are.
2 minutes later, they ring back. Why did you hang up? Why did you hang up? I'm like, oh, because you're scamming the shit out of me. Thanks, bye. And then I got 3 more calls within the week from these guys until one time I picked it up. I'm like, you're not Virgin. Fuck off. Just leave me alone, you cunts. And then they didn't ring me back.
That was the end of it. They pushed their luck for a spell.
That was the nail in the coffin. Yeah, it was a fun time.
Well, what a nice story, buddy.
Yeah, there you go. That's something.
Yeah.
But yeah, like imagine the amount of people. Shit. Yeah, watch out for that. Imagine like the amount of people that might, probably could quite easily get scammed by that.
Yeah, like old biddies and stuff, or
they don't know.
People who just don't really know what's going on. It's so dangerous, Horrible people are all around the world.
Yeah, I love
They're
it.
All horrible. So stay in your homes. They're all horrible.
Yeah, don't have a home phone line. That's the end of it. Really,
disconnect it. Just sit in the dark and
play with your smart lights because that's fun.
Smart lights you went for. I wasn't sure where you were going.
With smart lights.
I was like, smart lights.
Smart
Absolutely,
lights.
buddy.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. I am in the mood for a different colour right now. And as I make a subtle change, obviously we had the Grand Prix in Italy at the weekend. I had the red, the white, and the green.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I've gone for flags now of the world.
Flags of the world in lights. To be honest, we had a Halloween Saturday. We had a Halloween day with the kids. Oh, nice. There it is. Lovely. And so they got all dressed up in their Halloween costumes, and like the missus did all like face paint and stuff like that. And we had like some Halloween games where they won sweets and stuff like that. And yeah, I had like the lights going all spooky and spooky music on.
I've got Halloween mode on here as well.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you need with your smart lights. But we watched the new Witches, buddy. On Prime. You had to pay for it. I was like, what is this?
Ridiculous.
Anyway, we watched that. It's wank. It's terrible.
Oh dear.
The original is like a million times better. And that's not because it's got white people in it. It's nothing to do with skin tone or anything.
No,
it's just because
a bad production.
Yeah, it was a bad film. I didn't like the Witches either. They weren't very nice.
If you're after some spooky viewing, buddy, then
Spoopy.
Truth Seekers on Prime, worth a watch.
That's
New
the Simon Pegg one. Yeah.
Yeah, written by Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. They're both in it. Sort of a paranormal black comedy thing on Prime. Well worth a watch. Good fun. Enjoyed it.
Nice. I mean, I feel like we've padded this out. We've absolutely nailed it now, buddy.
I forgot we were even doing a podcast. I've just been talking to you in conversation for the last 15, 20 minutes. Let's talk about some video games. I've been playing some video games, and you've been playing some video games. And what video games have you been playing, buddy?
I have been playing the 2011 hit The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim.
I'm not familiar with that, buddy. I've never heard of that game.
The games at the moment are lacking, I would say. Obviously, I've had my stable diet of Ghost of Tsushima and F1 2020, but no one cares about that. And I don't know if we ever did a podcast where we spoke about Skyrim. I'm sure we have.
Are you playing the VR version of Skyrim, buddy, or the straight sort of PC version, or the PlayStation version? I'm playing
the PC enhanced one without mods, because I was like, I wonder what the whatever remastered version actually looks like. Absolute wank, really.
Yeah.
That game is fucking terrible. Obviously, at the time, it was a masterpiece. It was glorious. I loved it. I spent hundreds of hours in that place. Playing it now is just, it's a slog.
Nearly 10 years old and it looks 20.
Man. And it made me think, like, obviously, Elder Scrolls 6, whatever it's called. Yeah. Skybound. I don't know.
Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah, Microsoft exclusive as well. Yeah. Timed exclusive, buddy. That's probably more like it, isn't it? They've got to have a new engine for that.
They don't have to.
No, they don't. They don't at all. But, you would hope
Fallout 76 is the same engine as Skyrim, and that came out recently. So, yeah. Who can say what Bethesda will do next?
I don't know.
I would suggest they're starting to become a bit of a laughing stock when it comes to game engines, and probably time for a change. But who knows? They've got all that Microsoft money now, buddy.
Yeah, they got the Microsoft money, so they should be all right.
But you've been enjoying it. You played a fair bit.
No, I played about. I stuck about 3 hours in, because obviously, like the beginning to Skyrim is the first time you play it's fantastic. And you're like, holy shit, this is amazing. But, like 6th, 7th, 8th time you go through that cutscene, and then you've got to make your way down to, like, Riverwood or whatever it is. I can't remember. Or River Run, maybe. Who knows? Anyway. And then you got to start getting your stitch together, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I did that. And then it was like, right, okay, I can just fuck off and do what I want. So I was like, right, I'm not going to go where I normally go or where I've been before. I'm just going to go in this direction and see what happens, because like countless times in that game, like I've just gone on a wander and came across something cool, and I just didn't come across anything of any interest. I was like, oh, I know what's down here. Obviously I know what's down here, but because I hadn't done any of the story missions, maybe there's something that I haven't seen before, but there wasn't. And by that point I was just like, fuck this. Combat's terrible. Combat is so bad. It is awful.
Just people kind of sort of waving at each other for the most part.
Yeah. It's just a bad game now. I'm sure the Skyrim community or whatever Oblivion community have made amazing mods to make that game like how I would want it now, but I'm not going to trawl through loads of crap to get that game to where it should be. But then again, that game's like 9 years old, nearly 10 years old, so what do I expect, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
A 10-year-old game. But yeah, I've been playing Skyrim.
Lovely.
Don't think I'm going to be going back. I've been playing a fair bit of Minecraft as well, just pottering about, making a little land, bit of a base, going on raids, and having a bit of a jolly in Minecraft, because Minecraft. It's a thing, right?
They've added raids to Tsushima, haven't they?
Oh yeah, there's the co-op stuff and shit. That would be interesting. I'd play that with you.
I don't know if you know anyone else. I think you need like a...
Oh, is it 4? There's a
I don't know,
whole co-op mode on
I
it,
don't know if it's
though.
4 or 6, not sure, but
I know there's co-op.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's food for thought, anyway.
Sorry,
buddy.
you just reminded me of Raids. When you said Raids there, I was like, what was that game that's just added Raids? It's Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. There you go. So that's me for games, buddy. Nothing exciting. Pretty much waiting for Cyberpunk. I am thinking about getting Assassin's Creed. I think I mentioned that last week. But yeah, I'm gonna wait until I got a PS5 for that. But I'll get Cyberpunk on the PS4. I'll allow that.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Because that's a game I want to play.
Yes.
So what about you, buddy? What you been playing?
Well, let me tell you, I've been playing 3 games. One of them is F1, which I obviously won't talk about. One of them is FIFA 21, which I will very briefly talk about, and that will start now. Fucking hell, career mode bullshit. So annoying. I was playing as Barrow, made my way all the way up through the divisions, and got promoted from the Championship, winning the Europa League on the way, and had players with contracts to renew going into the Premier League. Renewed the contract of my best player, who, by the way, was like an 87, and was just like ludicrously underpaid. I was paying him like $2,000 a week, so he wanted like 50 grand a week, and I got him down to like 25 grand a week.
Yeah,
which I thought was quite an achievement. And then I
That's
set
fun.
about trying to purchase some more players of that sort of caliber, as I received £180 million to spend for getting promoted to the Premier League. And then it skipped forward 2 days, and then it loaded up saying, "Oh, the board has noticed a huge discrepancy between the wages that you're paying one player versus all the others, and we've decided to act immediately and sack you." And they fired me from my job as Barrow manager.
That's cool.
With no recourse. It auto saves as well, so that was that. And a team that I'd built up through 3 divisions, I was just no longer manager of. So
fuck you then, buddy.
My only options after that were either Sunderland, Kilmarnock, or like Braga. And so I went for Sunderland and set about getting up into the Premier League and destroying Barrow. I just bought like loads of their players, thrashed them, got them relegated because of my anger. And that's my story of FIFA 21. The pro clubs is wank on this. I don't think we're going to keep playing this on a game night because it's miserable and no one's having a good time except Pete.
No.
It's rubbish.
How will I live with myself?
I've played dozens of hours of this career mode, so I don't really care. Personally, I've got my money's worth already. And I'm still playing it. I've started a new one with, because you can set it to have like a financial takeover immediately. So you can take over any club and immediately give them £500 million.
Yeah, that's what I did. I started a career with my daughter who loves football for some reason.
There you go.
She loves football. And we were like, we're Liverpool and we're going to get maximum money, thank you. So we can spunk it up the wall.
It's fun. Yeah. I've got my 2 different careers now. I've got my sort of mid-range Sunderland team, and then I've got Mega Bristol, as I call them, which is my Bristol City team with Timo Werner up front and Salah on the wing. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to get the job done, isn't it?
Gibbons. So that's FIFA. I really like it. I don't care who knows it.
It's fine, buddy.
You
like the offline play.
I like the offline play. I enjoy the challenge, and they've just patched it fairly substantially and made a load of cool changes, actually.
Less yellow cards.
Less yellow cards. It was basically a yellow card every foul, which is pretty annoying. It doesn't do that anymore, so that's nice. Another big change is when it blows the whistle. Unbelievably, football games have been getting this right since as long as I can remember. I don't remember in 1992 when I played FIFA on the Mega Drive. I don't remember it ever blowing the whistle as I was about to shoot at goal. But FIFA 21 has been doing that. Sometimes you're through, you maybe taking a corner, and before the header goes in, he blows the whistle for half time, and you're just like so angry. They fixed that now. They fixed a few other things as well. Their crossing's improved, and the AI is more random. It's infinitely better. They've made a better game now, weeks and weeks after launch. But either way, I like football. I like playing FIFA because it's a football game. Hopefully the next PES will be good so I don't have to buy FIFA again. That's the way I feel.
We'll see when that happens. Possibly next year, maybe not. They might just patch it again.
Maybe. We'll see, buddy. We'll see. But yeah, the other thing I've been playing this week, and thoroughly enjoying, is a game called Katana Zero, which has arrived on Game Pass. Came out. I think it came out last April on I think Switch and PC. It launched in 2019, and suddenly is launched on Xbox on Game Pass immediately. This is an easy game to describe, which delights me. It is 2D side-scrolling Hotline Miami. That's what this game is.
Okay, yeah, I see this. Ninja.
Yeah, you're a
warrior.
ninja. You're a ninja murderer who's definitely on some weird drug, and you're doing missions, and then you return to your little house. It's really kind of weirdly put together in terms of vibrant colors, bizarre dialogue. You're kind of going through the motions, and then essentially the game itself, which is a combat scenario room to room where you can't take any hits. You can kind of slow time and do all sorts of stuff like rolls and jumps, and it's quite challenging. Within sort of, at first it felt mega easy. Within a sort of 5 or 6 levels, it started really ramping up. It's really entertaining. I haven't played anything like it for a while, and it's super fun. I think there's quite a few games coming out that are pretty miserable, and now is perhaps not the best time for games to be miserable. I'm looking at, I know, Watch Dogs Legion this week's been getting a kick in because it's too much like
Happy
real life.
Days. Yeah.
This is absolute realms of fantasy nonsense, this game, and it's a video game. It's really cool. I love the art style. I'm really thoroughly enjoying playing through it. I don't know how long it is, but yeah, it's really satisfying combat, and it doesn't really it reloads really quickly once you. It's loads of stylized things to it. Each time you complete a level, it rewinds and sort of plays it through again to sort of show you what you did, kind of thing. And it's like, yep, that'll do you, kind of thing. Or you can kind of go back. And you got to do each level in its entirety. So if that's across 4 screens, for example, if you die on the 3rd screen, you have to start from the beginning. But that's never so long that it becomes a chore.
Yeah, it's not like a permadeath kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Not like a roguelike. Ugh.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really good. I like this game a lot, and it runs beautifully on my little shit heap. So yeah, it's good shit, buddy. I like it.
Nice.
Highly recommend. Don't think it's on Game Pass on PC, but you can get it on Steam though. So
yeah, pick it up.
Probably £1 or something.
That'll do.
I know, mate. So yeah, there you go. That's what I've been playing. Nothing else really. I was doing a puzzle for a while. It was a puzzle of a load of beagles in a line, beagle puppies.
Nice.
Sitting on a wooden shelf in a shed, and I have to say I got very angry at the puzzle because the wood was all painted sort of white and grey.
Right.
Obviously, beagles are all brown, black, and white.
Yeah.
And those were essentially the only 4 colours in the whole puzzle. Then
helpful.
On top of that, so you can find all the wooden bits, and the shelf that they're sitting on is easy enough. It's got a nice grain to it. You can put all that together. But in the background, it's just loads of bits of wood, and
just a big fuck you, really.
Fuck knows where it is. Then you got all these beagles. You're like, oh, maybe the beagles will be easier to put together. But then I found a beagle eye, one of 30, and then
classic beagle eye.
Yeah, and then a beagle snout is which of the 15 dogs does this snout belong to? And
doesn't sound like a fun puzzle.
No, I got fucking sick of it, frankly, and I also got sick of having nowhere to put my fucking beer because she done it on the coffee table, didn't she? So I packed all that shit up, buddy. I was like, I don't care. Our relationship does not rely upon this puzzle, and I'm going to put this in the fucking. Well, it's going in the bin, but it hasn't arrived there yet.
It's on its way.
Out. Yeah. Done with that shit.
Nice. Sorry. You need to get one of them roll mats where you can roll the
We've
puzzle.
got a roll mat. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
We've got a roll map, but I didn't want us to revisit the puzzle. I didn't want us to
Okay.
be
No.
thinking that puzzle's in the roll map. Well,
Yeah.
let's get that puzzle out again.
Get that
No,
puzzle out. Yeah. No.
I thought if we take this whole fucking thing apart, there's no way we're going to sit down again and get all the fucking
It's true.
get the edges.
Yeah.
We're not going to try and find those corners again. It's over. It's done.
Job done. How many pieces was it?
1,000.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
It's not fun.
No.
We've done quite a few thousand pieces, but we had the Disney one where it was all sky, and that was fucking annoying. But
That's like, what's the point in that?
I know, right? People
It's
used
just
to do
like, don't be a
Magic Eye
cunt.
puzzles, man. Like, what the fuck? Take a look at yourself. What's going on there?
I love a bit of Magic Eye.
Let's move on to other shit, shall we?
Can
There's
we
not
talk
much.
about Magic Eyes?
You can talk about Magic Eyes if you
It
want.
took me a long time to get it, but when I fucking got it, Jesus Christ.
I just had
Mind
to
blown,
go a
mate.
little bit cross-eyed, and then I got it.
You got to see through the picture. You got to like look at it at a distance. And now I can do it easy. I'm like, I can look right now. I'm thinking,
Just got to go half cross-eyed for a split second, and then I can zone in on it, and then I can see it.
fucking magic, mate.
It
I
is
mean,
magic.
what cunt made that?
I don't know, but he was
Boss
magic.
eye.
And it's
He was
magic.
boss eye.
Yeah, he
was
didn't
like, what are
even
you on
mean
about?
to.
He
Just like how
didn't
he
mean to
sees
say-
images.
Imagine that. Oh, that's got to be well harsh.
He just described what he saw to someone, and they were like, I think I can fucking replicate that.
Yeah, I remember when fucking hell, this was like 10 years ago when I first started my job at the prison. I had fuck all to do because I had to set the whole thing up, and it was a case of me sourcing all the like kit and ordering it, and I think it took them about like a year to order all the stuff for like my classroom. So I had a year to kill pretty much. And you know, when you're at work all day and there's literally nothing you can do, you start looking at like stuff like optical illusions and things on the internet. And I went down a deep hole, buddy. I'm not gonna lie.
Sounds like a very spiritual experience you had there, buddy.
It was a magical. I was like, look at this. How is this possible? But yeah, really good. I love optical illusions. I think that's why I like what's that game on the mobile phone? The only actual
Monument
good
Valley.
game. Yeah, the only good game on a mobile phone.
The only good mobile game ever made.
Yeah.
Monument Valley 2.
I found out that the art teacher at the prison where I work, his brother was one of the creators of that game.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Maybe we should get him on the podcast, but I mean that means doing stuff. It's not really our style.
No, I don't like that idea.
Nah, it's a bad idea.
That'd be cool, actually. I'd love to talk to the dude who made Monument Valley.
And be like, fuck me, buddy.
Set
Well
that shit up,
played.
buddy. I'll pretend to be like a proper interviewer. I'll get some questions going. People know I can. You know I can do it. Audience,
Yeah.
you know I can pretend to be like a proper. You know, if I can be asked,
Yeah,
I can do that.
Exactly.
Don't worry about
we
it.
Can,
I
we
got
can
this.
be official.
Get involved. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if I can be asked to do that, I will.
Yeah. Well, if you get around to it, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
Other shit. Let's talk about
Other shit. Yeah. That was some other shit. There you go.
Yeah, we're in other. Oh, yeah, no, sorry, we are in other shit. My bad. Some games have been delayed.
Yeah. Look at that.
Destruction All Stars has been delayed till next year. That was one of the 2 games you can
Is that
play
like
on
the
PlayStation.
basketball thing? What's that? The
It's
roller
cars,
skate
car
cars?
combat.
Yeah.
And you jump in at the start or whatever.
Yeah. It's gonna be PlayStation Plus as well when it comes, I believe.
Yeah. There you go. That's probably.
But yeah, that's
important.
been delayed.
Yeah.
You know, that launch title.
Yeah, and then the other one that's delayed, Cyberpunk, delayed by 3 weeks. So it's delayed till the 10th of December, apparently because they're still working on the current gen versions, getting them running properly, which doesn't fill me with a great deal of confidence.
This is bad news bears, mate.
You wouldn't want to buy that if you had a 1S, I tell you. But,
I wonder if they can get it running on the Switch.
Amazing if they can get it running on the Switch, buddy. Absolutely out of this world, astounding. Are you not at all tempted to hold off on this thing until we get PS5s?
I kind of want to buy a game.
I want to buy a game as well, but I don't know if I want to ruin a game by buying one that we should wait for? I don't know.
What if I end up buying one in the next month?
What, a PS5?
Yeah.
Well, then you're well within your rights to want to pick up Cyberpunk.
I think you're right. It's the same with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I want that game, but I don't
want that game.
I
don't
know
want it
you
on
don't.
any console.
Yeah, but you know how Black Flag was really good.
If
right?
I had that game in my hand on disc, I'd snap it in half right before you now on the fucking webcam. I don't give a fuck about that game.
I'm just thinking, you know, the last good Assassin's Creed was at the launch of the PS4.
One of the new gen.
Yeah.
You're right, it was.
And I'm thinking maybe this one could be good. And also, I've been watching Vikings. I'm like 3 seasons in, so I'm like raping and pillaging. I'll have a bit of that.
You saw some raping and pillaging, and you immediately thought Ubisoft.
It's like, Ubisoft. Yeah. They'll fucking make a good version of that.
Ubisoft. Yeah. For some reason, they spring to mind with all this raping and pillaging.
Yeah. They'll nail that game.
It wasn't the Viking thing. It was
no, it was raping. Oh dear. Yeah.
No, we're not saying anything, but yeah. So Cyberpunk's delayed decisions to make for people there. Obviously, if you're getting a new console at launch, then you're going to want that thing. I don't know what else you're going to play, but yeah, that's been delayed. There's been an insane backlash, including death threats, apparently.
I mean that's like fucking stupid, isn't it? Really?
Entirely reasonable.
I mean, if you're making death threats over a video game, then I mean you've got issues. Like, just saying.
I'd say so. I think that's entirely reasonable. A statement from you.
Yeah.
Elsewhere.
I mean, if you're making death threats in general, I think you've got an issue.
There's probably a very short list of reasons that you could have a legitimate death threat thrown at. Yeah. And I don't think the 3-week delay of Cyberpunk
deserves it. No.
Probably not. Yeah. EA. The Dutch authorities, they said that loot boxes are gambling because they're random chance and they need to be removed from FIFA. And EA said nothing and kept them in there anyway.
Yeah, they just be like, no.
They called their bluff, is what they did. And now EA have been fined up to 10 million euros by the Dutch authorities, 500,000 euros a week until they remove loot boxes from FIFA. And that's been running, and yeah, up to 10 million euros, depending on how long they fancy leaving it. And yeah, EA haven't removed them, and EA are appealing against the Dutch
Of course
government.
they're going to appeal, because that's what they're going to do. Do you reckon they're going to be making that kind of money a week anyway, so they don't care?
Not in Holland.
No, but
certainly, yes, they're making that money a week in loot boxes. I don't know what the figures are. Of course, they're not going to divulge them. But yeah, not
Can I just have a day's worth of loot boxes money? Can I mean, I'll just take a day. You know,
the amount of time that it will take for them to appeal this decision and that go through a court of law. They're making money every day. They're probably covering all of the legal fees with their loot box sales. It's a difficult
and it's not
one.
just FIFA where there's loot boxes. It's all across all EA Sports games.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So, it's just I mean, well, did we report on like Canada's looking into it now as well? I remember that was a thing a while ago.
Yeah.
And obviously, us here in the UK, we're still on it. So,
yeah, it's taken a back seat recently for some reason.
I wonder why.
But yeah, I don't know. Let's see if the Dutch follow through on this. I don't know how it's all going to work. I wouldn't like to comment on the legalities and appeal and legal proceedings. How is that game mode
even going to work without? Oh no, it can totally work without money.
Random spins, XP.
It can be like old games, which were fun and didn't have money involved. I remember them.
I'd imagine it means that Dutch people can't buy themselves an Ultimate Team and therefore probably won't be able to compete at the highest level.
Probably, yeah, and might just say fuck it. This game's shit.
Maybe.
I
haven't touched Ultimate Team.
No.
Not interested.
Me neither. Sorry. Bit of a yawn there.
That's all right. The very thought of playing Ultimate Team sent you almost to sleep instantly.
Indeed it did, buddy.
Other news, Xbox Series S, the SSD size after system install leaves you with 360 gigs of space. So, yeah.
It's good for a digital-only platform.
I mean, the PS5, is it 540 after 500? Yeah.
I don't know. It's like 4 something probably, I'm guessing.
We're in a situation where you're getting a similar amount of storage to the PS4 sort of 7-8 years later. And yeah, it's an SSD and it's a super fast one, but you're not going to be able to download to it.
You can't download that fast, yeah.
No. So, luckily there aren't any games to install on it. I guess that was their plan.
They had it covered all along.
Really struggling not to give the next gen a kicking. I really don't want to. I would love to be excited for it, and I know that a lot of listeners have pre-ordered it. And as I said last week, I'll end up paying the same amount that you did. I'm not trying to be clever here. I'm just saying, what the fuck, man? There's no games. The storage is shite. Like it's so disappointing. It's really disappointing. But yeah,
I'm going devil's advocate person again. They have to keep the fucking costs down, and this is a way of doing it.
It's not a usable way of doing it.
Is it though? You can install games on it.
You can install
a lot.
3 games on it. Isn't the new Call of Duty on PC like 250 gigs?
Cool, I love it. Just install that, mate. What else do you need?
You're gonna get 3 games on there. Like 3, maybe 4 if you're lucky. That's rubbish.
Don't know. You could get like 30 Rocket Leagues on there.
Yes, I suppose. You could. Yes. I don't know.
But I mean, you're going to want to play the big boy games. Like Halo, whatever number it is. That's going to be a hefty chunk. Gears of War 5. I can't remember how big that was, but 80 gigs. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Who wants to play that? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Who wants to play Gears 5? It loads really quickly. So what?
People
that just means I'm disappointed sooner.
There are fans of the franchise, my friend.
Are there?
Yeah, of course there are. There's fans of everything. Like, it's a strange world we live in. I don't understand it either. Like,
it's true.
It is what it is, buddy.
Let's get off this, because otherwise I'm going to be a right old Debbie Downer on everyone, and I'm going to end up fucking. If this country is locked down over Christmas and I have to sit in my little flat away from my whole family, I'll buy a fucking PS5 at that point to try and take the edge off of the misery. So and then you can all proper laugh at me, and I really do insist that you do. But for now, let's move on to some PS5 discussion, because I know that you've been considering pulling the trigger. And also, you've been looking at TVs as well, haven't you? For sort of getting the best out of your new console when you finally take the plunge?
I have. So, yeah. I mean, it's the conundrum stage right now of what do I do? I'm going to buy something, because, like, what else is there in life?
It's traditional when money. 1 month you say you don't have any money, that the following month you spend a lot of it. It's it's been your pattern throughout. So you need to
what I do.
Where we are without it. It's like, it's got to happen.
So after contemplating it and thinking about what I need in my life, and one, it's either a new 4K TV, because I don't have a 4K TV. I've got my 4K monitor, which is lovely, 28 inches right in front of my face. Beautiful thing. But I'm finding myself playing more of my games downstairs in the playroom, which is like the kids' room, but that's where I do game night. It's where I do Wheel Town. I find myself down there more and more instead of up in my office. So I'm like, right, I need to, because the TV I've got is like fucking 10 years old. It's like a 32-inch 1080p piece of shit. It's horrible. It's a flat screen, but it's one of those flat screens where it's like about a meter thick, or deep. One of the old school ones that weigh like 200 tons. So I'm thinking, I need a new TV. I can't get a PlayStation 5 and run it through this TV because that's just fucking pointless. Like, what? That is just like ultimate retard town. I guess, no, I'll be able to play everything 1080 60, so happy days. So there is that. And also, I have got my 4K monitor upstairs where I can go and play that. So, do I buy a PlayStation 5 first? Or, I got a PlayStation 4 Pro. That outputs at 4K. Do I buy a 4K TV, like 55-inch, bang that on the wall? Your thoughts on this?
Well, my thoughts are there's nothing to play on PlayStation 5.
Right.
So I would buy the television because it will improve your game nights. You've got a Pro that can make use of it as well. I think if you didn't have the Pro, it might be a different story. I think the other thing, though, is the PS5 is probably going to be cheaper than the telly, and you're going to get much more excitement out of it than the telly. The PS5 is even though you can't play anything on it because there's nothing to play, you can hold the controller, you can stare at its stupid fins.
Yeah.
You can play Astro Bot, whatever we call it. I think it's the PlayStation first. In the dark times of 2020, the fact that you've got the 4K monitor, I think that's the deal breaker. If you had no 4K panel of any kind, it's got to be the television. But as you do have a 4K option in your house, I think it has to be the PlayStation, and that's the one that I'd go for first.
So I like where you're taking that with the whole fact that it's just going to be way more fun, because fun is a big factor right now in the shitty situation that we're in. Now, I think my deciding factor that I came to after looking at countless TVs around the £500-600 mark, I'm not going OLED or anything because I'm not spending £1,000 on a TV. I can't.
Top end LCD
for me. I can't justify that. I mean, it'd be fucking awesome, but unfortunately, I'm lucky if I can get that kind of cash together to buy a TV with. Now, I was looking at like the LG Nano series. Now, these are the first ones with like HDMI 2.1, which is the big new feature.
Yeah.
As stated by Cosmic Dad in our Discord.
He knows.
So I was like, oh, okay. So they do like, it pretty much means you can do 120 hertz. It's 120 hertz, 120 frames per second. Not that these consoles are going to ever do that, I believe.
Fox has been peddling that on shitty old games you don't want to play. It'll do 120.
Yeah, exactly.
Or it's going to have that mode, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't play that on PlayStation 5, but yeah. He's absolutely right. Yeah. But the fact that my telly could run that. So, like I was saying, I was looking at these TVs and then looking at people saying, oh no, it's not there yet. HDMI 2.1 isn't good enough. Like, there's been loads of issues with it. So I'm like, oh, okay, right. And my logical thinking was, right now, the PlayStation 5 is the PlayStation 5 for the next 7, 8, 9 years or whatever. That's going to be it, right? There's going to be software updates, but hardware, that's what it is, isn't it? It's not going anywhere. Whereas next year, TVs will be better.
Well, that's the thing that I would say
next year.
Very much the definitive response is in 1 year's time, the TVs you're looking at right now will be 40% cheaper than they are at the moment.
That's true.
The PlayStation 5 will be the same price it is today.
Yeah.
So it's an obvious decision, isn't it?
If you break it down, fun factor and also price point over time.
Yeah.
It's got to be the PS5 now. So
it's got to be PS5 first.
I'm on the hunt now, buddy.
Very
and
nice.
I've had Stock Informer going on my laptop at work. And 3 times I've had notifications about buying a PS5 digital. 3 times it's been the Game Collection, which is a website that's blocked at work.
Oh shit! Well, that suggests that you're not on a hiding to nothing though. You can definitely, it can happen. It's got to be right place, right time.
It's right place, right time. If it pops up like on my phone over a weekend or something, I'll be like, I'll snaffle that up. I think that's where I am now. I as soon as I can get one, I'm gonna get one.
Fair play.
And then deal with the consequences after.
Well, as I said, I'll pay the same as you.
Yeah,
even if I wait a year, I'll pay the same as you.
Yeah,
and that's very unlikely to happen. So
I don't know if you saw this, but there's actually been a price drop in the PS5 in Brazil already.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why or how much by. But
normally insanely expensive in Brazil.
Yeah,
to the point
Brazil
they're
is
all
like ridiculous.
PS2s.
Yeah,
it's the crazy import that they charge.
Yeah,
But,
man.
well, fair enough, buddy. Looks like you're taking the plunge.
pleasure.
You and friend of the podcast, Paul, you're going to be playing on your Flash new consoles, which presumably will be able to play with the old consoles, but no one's told us that for sure.
Well, I will still have my old console at this point anyway. So either way, game night will continue.
It will.
Don't you worry.
It certainly will.
And hopefully I can play Bug Snacks.
Bug Snacks. That's PS Plus as well, isn't it? Free.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm not going to buy that.
No, presumably I can buy that or whatever on the app, ready for when I get the PS5.
I don't see why not. That's what I
sense.
thought. It does say for PS5 owners only, but I'm like, that's really harsh if you don't let PS4 owners add it to their library for when they get a PS5. Like that would be
especially as you are
move.
unable to service all the people who want one.
Yeah, exactly.
Your fault
right?
that not enough people have them, and then you're going to deny them the games as well. That does sound quite a lot like Sony, so that's probably what's happening. We'll see.
We'll wait and see on that, and when we know more, we'll report on it, buddy.
Hard Gibbons. Well, there you are.
Yeah.
That's a podcast we've done there.
We nailed that. That was
good,
like 50 odd minutes long. I didn't see that coming tonight. Our notes are literally 6 lines long.
They are.
Nailed it, mate.
Stuff happened. I need a wee now, though, so we're going to go.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for listening, buddies. It's been a real pleasure, and we'll be back. If not next week, then the week after, depending on how much there is to talk about. And maybe next time round, Ash will have a PS5. It's not long to wait now. Could happen.
If I do have one in 2 weeks, holy shit, that'd be impressive. But
pretty amazing.
Having it's not even out in 2 weeks, so I can't.
Is it not?
No, that's the 18th in 2 weeks. It's the day after, isn't it? The 19th it comes out.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I do have it in 2 weeks, fuck me, that would be amazing.
Could happen. Yeah. Physical shit gets delivered early sometimes, buddy.
Sometimes it does, you know. Sometimes it
Either way, we'll have things to discuss, I'm sure. Until then, though, we're gonna fuck off. So thanks very much. Cheers for listening. I've been Alex. He has been Ash.
Goodbye.
Farewell.